Good evening, everyone. My name is Kathy Saveda, mortgage planner and proud veteran. And did you know that 30% of Americans believe it's a good time to buy? It is. Now, this is the first time since 1978 that it was less than 50%. In other words, the height of the foreclosure crisis, the recession, at least 50% of Americans thought it was a good time to buy. But today, with home prices going up, mortgage rates going up, people are just concerned about it plunging. And they have every right. But at least we have 30% of people say yes. I've been asking some of the people who've been watching my videos what their thoughts are. And at the end of the day, everybody is still going to do what they need to do. One thing that most people do have in common is that home ownership is usually the best long-term investment, right? And nearly 45% of people do believe that, right? Along with saying that stock and gold are also great ways, right? Because we want to make sure we diversify our portfolio. The downfall now is that it's just harder for Americans to achieve that goal. So stick in there. It's going to get better before it gets worse, or is it going to get worse before it gets better? It's all perception, because those people who have to sell are going to continue to sell, and those people who want to buy are going to buy. We want to make sure that we can help as many families as we possibly can, okay? So I thought this was kind of interesting. I just got out. Our management team provided us this list of interest rates from 1990 to 2021, right? So as you can see, which year had the lowest rate? Well, 2021, and that was mostly due to the pandemic. We also had a recession, right? So we've been having this different conversation on, we have inflation, we have to slow down the economy. Once we slow down the economy, we go into recession. And usually when the recession occurs, then in time, interest rates start to go down. In 1990, I know you've seen some other ones before, but it was 10%. So when you look at when people were talking about how it's plunging and how things were going, look how it was in 2008, 2009, right? You look at this, these are 6% interest rates that they had, okay? So we had this historic low, and guess what we're doing? We're going right back up to those higher interest rates, but how can the feds help us? Because we're so used to having these rates so low, because as we all believe, real estate is the heartbeat of our economy. But right now, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, the feds have to slow down the economy, right? And they're pulling out the money because now it costs more money to do business, but people are still going to do what they need to do because they're happy to want to get into this frenzy, mostly important, the appreciation that they're getting. So this is the 10-year Treasury from 1970 to 2021. And as you can see in the 1980s, that's when interest rates were like 13, 14, 15%. And then as it goes down, right, here we have in the 2020s, look how low this is. And now we've gone up to almost 3%. So what do you do? Because it's a 10-year Treasury, right? If you're going to make this amount of money, almost 16%, right? Are you going to then invest in there, right? Because you have long-term, short-term holds, right? That then the government has to pay you out. But what do? Right? And that's why we continue to go through this roller coaster road. When this dipped all the way down here, right? Because we're down below 1%, that's why we were able to have lower interest rates. But as the 10-year Treasury continues to go up, so does the interest rates for that. We also know that the Fed did a phenomenal job explaining what they're doing, because yesterday's video had to do with what? Hey, I'm going to increase the Fed fund rate, right? But I'm going to do something strategic with the balance sheet. And that balance sheet is then buying all these mortgage-backed securities, holding them, doing what they need to do, right? To keep our economy in a safe space, okay? As you can see, the S&P went up and our 10-year Treasury went down. We have these lines of resistance that we continue to, here we go up and down. But remember, we're at the 4.5 coupon. Remember before we're at like the 2%, 2.25, right? 2.5. And then that incrementally went up so that we're here at 4. And that's why interest rates are in the mid 4s, high 5s. Now remember, different interest rate for different types of people. How much money are you putting down? What's your debt ratio, right? What's your credit scores? And then at the end, what type of property, right? So all of that comes in together, but most importantly, rates are dictated mostly by the market. You have yourself a wonderful day, and I will chat with you soon.